Hello, this is the old mechanic, and in this video I'm going to show you how to do some maintenance on your chain. The adjustment, what to look for and what to do. It's as usually easy as Dell. We need a few tools. I have them here on my desk. We need to get the axle loose. I have this one, works great, good leverage. Then we need a socket 27 millimeter, a wrench to block the axle on the other side, preventing it from running around. I have this wrench size 22 on this side, and the nut is 27 mil, this 22 mil. And then to adjust the chain, I have this little wrench, and it's 8 mil. Even kijken. And of course we need to see what the play for the chain is. So I have already my tablet here, and in there I have the official Honda Hornet 2010. This is a 2010, but there's not I think it's more a 2011. But again, I have the official workshop manual from Honda, so we can look up what the play of the chain is, how to set it, how to get it right, and of course I show it to you in easy steps. So let's get our hands dirty again. Show you over here. So here we've got the chain with the axle, the chain adjustment. There is this little sticker over here which says replace, new. Let's see. First of all, how do we see if a chain is worn? There is a simple way to do that. Now, there is this easy way to see if your chain is worn, and that's grab it in the middle of the sprocket. See, a bit of here, so there in the middle, and then try to pull it away from the sprocket. And over here you see there is less than nothing, than no play at all, just a tiny bit, which is normally. When you can pull it a few millimeters away from the sprocket, chain sprocket, then your chain need to be renewed. Whenever your chain is worn, you always renew it as a set. So chain with both sprockets, in the front and the rear. Over its time the chain is stretching, and your the tooth on your sprocket getting a worn out edge. I'm sure that in the future I will have a motorcycle where I need to replace the chain. I of course I make a video out of that, so you all know what to look for and what to do and what not to do. So, but now this one, even kijken, it's about, I think, we're gonna adjust it anyway. First of all, now we're already having the bike onto a stand. We check the rear tire to see if there are any things in there that shouldn't belong in there, like nails, screws. Oh, this looks good. Here we got a little, but that's no honey. It's just tiny stone, tiny. Okay. Also, so this looks good. See, here I got stone out, so all the way around. Okay. Whenever you see on a tire that it has a slightly bluish spot on the side, it's always a sign that you have driven the bike severely with too less pressure in the tire. So it heats up and you see these blue rims, signs on the side of the tire. So that's, but this tire looks good, not worn out, has a good depth for the tread. It's easy to measure that too, show you. I have this caliper. This is an expensive one, but you can buy cheap ones too. It's good enough for what we need it for. First, clean it, put it on, and then we go with this side. Watch, comes out. Show you. Even kijken zo. This side, and we measure it somewhere here. Let's take this one. Even kijken. Hop. And this is 4 mil, which is good. Where I live, the minimum is 1.6. So if you see the depth, this is the depth. So this tire is good to go. Then let's move on. The first thing we're gonna do is loosen the axle. That's easy. I got a socket and a long thing. Got it over here, up and see if it, it's still, we don't need to block it. I think when it's loose we can use the ratchet. Don't use a ratchet to loosen your rear axle. There is way too much force for a ratchet. You ruin it, believe me. Been there, done that. Nice. It's now loose. Then what are we gonna do now is even feel. First we're gonna give that a little drop of oil. So, that side too. And also this point. Oh, not much, just a drop. That's enough. Up. And this also. All the way in. Now we have loosened the axle, we have turned it a bit in. So now I'm gonna slightly tie the axle down, so we get some, not all the way, but just a tiny bit, so it's yeah, settles better. Yeah, I don't know how to say it, but I'm sure that's enough. Just that it's not sliding too easy. So, then got my laptop, my tablet, and see what my good friend Soichiro Honda has to say about the tensioning of the chain, the slack. The chain slack has to be in between 30 and 40 mil. And we're gonna measure it in between the two sprockets, about halfway. Out of the way, over there. See, I loosened it very much, and this has to be within 30 to 40 millimeters. So now this is way too much, so we're gonna get the axle to the rear by turning it anti-clockwise. So, over there is a notch, and there are some marks. There is a mark over there and the mark on the axle movement thing. Now it has to be 3 and 4. So right now we're at, even kijken, 1, 2, exactly, well, almost exactly on the second, we're almost on the second one. On the other side we're gonna do the same. Have a look. Ah, it's exactly, so it's good. Now I think, I'm not sure, it's already right. I have this steel measurement thing. Shit. So now let's see. Zoom a bit in. And now all you have to do is the upper side of the chain, move it up as far as you can, which is now let's say 1.5, to all the way, push it a little bit down to 4.5. So now it's 1, 2, 3. Uppakee. It's exactly what I want it to be. It's 1.5 to 4.5, which is 3. So actually that was all. Oh no, hey. Of course we're going to lubricate the chain too. Then we torque it. Job done. Easy, eh? Told you. Oh. I've got this huge spray can with weißes Kette spray. That's German. White chain lubricant. Then one thing, never ever start the engine and put it in gear to lubricate your chain, because you are spraying and then suddenly one moment your hand get caught and it goes all, your fingers get caught and it goes all the way around. Don't expect the engine to stall or whatever. No way, Jose. You're gonna lose all your fingers right away in a few seconds. So never ever do that. I have seen them doing that, eh? Yeah, even with a moped. It tear your fingers off. Never do that. So, shake the bottle. Shake it, baby. Yeah, I'm shaking the bottle. Ah, you filthy guys. Wait a minute, Mr. Postman. We first look for the link chain. It's easy, normally. Hey, come on. I'm sure there is one. No, I missed it. No. If you can't find the chain link, that one with the hollow pins, you still got the original chain, because in the factory they only put endless change on bikes, because they have the rear bridge out, so the chain goes along the front sprocket, and then they put the rear bridge in, so they never rev it. They never rev it in the factory, a chain, which we do. Don't worry. We're gonna mark. No. Yes. A bit of petrol. We mark one. Let's say roller, one link, so we know when we're gonna spray over there while rotating the tire. just did this one, and then try to get it in the front. Okay, we just did the rear. Now we are going to do the front a little back to get our link again, and then we spray here. Up. I'm sure I overdid it, but now we're gonna first we're gonna clean this. Hoppa! Come here. Oh, it went on the tire. Petrol, clean the tire. So, another thing, when do we need to lubricate the chain? Well, that's easy. If those rollers are blinking, then you need to spray the chain with grease. And normally that's one time in 400-500 kilometers, unless you drive in the rain. Rain tend to wash off the grease of your chain. And it's always a good practice to lubricate your chain when the chain is still warm. And that's after you have driven a nice day and put it on your stand, hopefully you have one, and then lubricate your chain. But I have to be honest, really honest. During the days that I had a motorcycle with a chain, sometimes I forgot it. So sometimes I drove more, perhaps 500, 600, 700 kilometers and then, holy shit, have to lubricate the chain. Oops. So don't worry. But it's good practice to do it on time. Now we're going to torque the rear axle nut. But first we have to look up for the exact torque. First thing. So, again, I look what my friend Honda has to say about that. I'm sure they have something to say about it, and it's exactly here in the manual. Torque is 98 Newton meters. So that's why we need the big one. Now, 98 is not that much. I know some Yamahas go up to 210 Newton meters. I have no idea why, because with about 100 Newton meters you don't lose your rear wheel, and yeah, with 210. But when the manual says so, I always stick to what the manuals say. Always. And always it's a good practice to use a torque wrench. Let's see. 98. And that's Even have a look over, just a little bit more. Yep. This is sure. Now it's gonna be. Let's see. We have to block the other side with a wrench of 22 millimeters. Hold back. Now. Okay. The most important tool. Hop. Torqued. This is in place. Hop. So I know. And this one too. Always make it a good practice to listen how the chain rolls. This chain's rolling nicely. You hear some even rattling, which is good. A while ago, a friend of mine has a Ducati. Italian. I love the Italians. And a Multistrada. He bought it second hand. And one day he asked me, he came over and he said, hey, there is some strange noise I hear and I feel something in the food bags. And that always alerts me that there is something with the chain. When there is something with a chain, you are able to feel it in your food bags. I thought, let's check up his chain. So we got it, I think over here, or I lifted it up with a winch, I think. And then I start examining his chain. Suddenly I found it. Holy shit. I got it in my trophy thing there. Wait a minute. Turned this rear tire and watched all the links, and then suddenly I found something, well, terrible. Watch. Of course, we had to. I had to renew his chain and his sprockets. Watch. This was his chain, and there was this link, which was, in my opinion, the wrong size link. It has here. I can wiggle it. Yeah, what is it? Half a centimeter? Yeah. Yeah, come closer. Watch. And it was done by a dealer, eh? Don't forget it. It was done by a dealer. And I thought, holy shit. This is really, really, yeah, all worn out. So that was, but then, now, I have another. Hopefully you like this video. If you do, please subscribe. Leave your comments in the comments below. And push the bell or something. I see people on YouTube say that all the time. So you don't miss any video. So ring the bell somewhere. See you the next time. Old Mechanic out. I want for Christmas is tools. More tools. More? Yep. So. Hope you enjoyed my video. If you do, please subscribe. Leave your comments in the comments. See you the next time.